If you want to know how much it costs to go to Paris, I'm going to do a full breakdown of all the costs for our 5-day trip. For flights, we took French Bee, which is their like budget airline, and our tickets were about $350, but you can get it for cheaper if you use points. I think one of my friends was able to use points and get it for around $35. Our Airbnb was about $450 per person, which I think is such a great deal, especially for where we stayed. We were between the 2nd and 9th arrondissement, which is right above where all the museums are. For food, we went to one nice restaurant. We went to Sugar. That was about $100 per person, but every other dinner place we went to was really affordable. And then for lunch and breakfast, we mostly did a combo of like croissants, pastries, coffee, sandwiches, like super cheap. So overall our total came out to $420, but I definitely think if you do less dinners and more like cheap eats, you can definitely bring that cost down. For museums, we went to literally every museum and spent about $120 on tickets per person. The thing is, you cannot miss the museums in Paris. That was probably one of my favorite parts, especially Versailles, Dior Museum, and Musée de l'Orsay. They're just incredible, and I do think it's totally worth the money. For shopping, I put this in 2 categories, one for gifts and one for personal shopping. In total, it came out to about $400. I bought a lot of skincare, a few clothing items that I really wanted, and I went really ham on the gifts. You don't have to shop in Paris. That was very much a choice on my end. For transportation, this also goes into 2 categories, one for the subway and the metro, and one for Ubers and Bolt. For the most part, we tried to take the metro as often as possible, but also when it came to going to the airport and coming back, we had to take a Bolt. Metros came out to about $30 in total, and then Ubers and Bolts came out to about $110. I think if you take the metro more often or you walk a lot more, you can definitely bring those costs down, but just given how much we were trying to pack into a day, sometimes it just made sense to take an Uber. So in total, it's about a $2,000 expense. Again, I'm going with 2 other girls. It's a group of 3. We're able to split a lot of things. We eat everything family style, but I do think if you're really looking to cut costs in certain places, you don't have to shop as often. You don't have to go out to like a bunch of restaurants, but at the same time, I do think $2,000 for almost a week-long trip is such a great deal, especially in a city like Paris. I feel like in New York, you could easily spend $2,000 just on hotels. So with that, I hope this helps you guys plan for your next Paris trip, and if you have any questions, let me know. I'd love to answer them. Bye.